Okay, here we go. It's recording now. So go to your sixth period. Always go to classwork. And this video here is for yesterday. So you had trouble yesterday with the first 10 questions. Go watch the video, especially 9 and 10 for this class. Today's lesson is going to be from 11 through 16. So I'm going to click begin with Google. Click on my name. Well, click on your name, bic.us. And you're going to start where you left off. We left on up number 11. Okay, so here we go. If you want, you can always number them. This is number 11. You just get the pencil and then just number it as number 11. Okay, because I forgot to number them. That's my bad. I will do that next time. I'll number them. Okay, so it says, let me get my highlighter now. A Venn diagram is shown below. Leslie wants to place the negative 24 number on the Venn diagram. So I already saw the word Venn diagram. That's important. She wants to place the number negative 24 on the Venn diagram. All that will be important. Select one location in the Venn diagram to place Leslie's number. So they want you to select only one location on the diagram so you can place it. That's the first thing you always want to do, guys. You want to go ahead and highlight what's important from the story. Once you have all the stuff that's important, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and go to my paper and show the word. Before I do that, I'm going to review quickly right now the concept using the Venn diagram. Okay? Let me get the other camera going right here. Boom, there it is. Okay? So this is number 11, right? So go ahead and put number 11 wherever you have space, wherever you left off, put number 11. And I noticed that we have the Venn diagram. Good job, so that you remember that. So we have the negative 24 and we need to place it in one of the Venn diagrams. So we learned how to classify numbers at the beginning of the year. So I'm going to go ahead and do what Jason just said. He said to go ahead and draw a circle. And that will be who? The whole numbers. The next one would be who? Integers. And the next one will be the rational. Very good. Now, I'm going to remind you, I'm going to do a quick lesson on this in case you forgot using the number line. Okay? All these numbers that you'll place in this circle, listen, all the numbers that you'll place in this circle will be the ones on the right side. All your positive whole numbers are right here to the right side, which is the blue on my wall. All the blue numbers on my wall, those are the ones that go here, including 0. He's part of the whole. So if I ever want to place something in here, it better be 0 and all the right numbers on the number line, which are your whole numbers, which in my wall, it's the blue numbers. Questions who you place here. By the way, if you place a number here, you're automatically an integer and a rational. Okay, that's how the Venn diagram works. Integers. Integers are these. The ones on the left side, which in my wall is the red numbers. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, -7. Well, those will be placed on the integers. So if you're a negative, you should be placing them on the integers. But also know that if you're an integer, you're automatically a what? A rational. Okay? Finally, the rational. Those are the ones that kids have the hardest time. The rational will fall between, like for example, if a number falls between here like half, he belongs in the rational circle. 1.5, rational circle. You could be positive or you could be negative. Like for example, if I have 3/8, -3/8 will fall over here, rational. -2 1/4, rational. -4.7, rational. If it falls between, it's going to be a rational. Questions with rational? So again, if you're on the right side, including 0, you should be placed on the whole. If you're on the left side, all your negatives should be placed on the integers. But if you fall between the numbers in either side, negative or positive, you should be a rational. Question. Now that you know that, where should we place negative 24? So place them there. And obviously your answer would be that I'm going to place them in the integers, which is letter B. Question with number 1. Don't forget to do this extra step. This is not what they're asking you, but I always want you to train yourself to do this. Negative 24 is considered a integer and a rational. This is in case they would ever ask you something like this. I know what it is. So negative 24 is an integer and a rational. But the question is just asking you, where would you place him? So you would place him in the integers. The question could have asked, how can you classify negative 24? You can classify it as an integer and a rational. This is the set, and this would be a subset of it. Questions with number 11? Good. Draw a line, and guess what you have for homework? 12. And what is it about? The same thing, classifying numbers. If you forget, watch the video. Let me go to the assignment again. And I'm going to go ahead and select. Remember that to select the answer, you have to click on the cursor on this guy. Then we selected what letter? B. Done with number 11. I have to go home, do number 12, highlight the important stuff, go do the work on the paper to see if you earned it. This guy would be number 13. I'm going to put it here, 13. You could also get that little pencil marker and just put 13 so you can know that this is number 13. This would be number 12. You could do that later on at home. 12. So like that, you don't lose track. This is 11, which I had already done that. All I did is I got that little pencil there and change to whatever color you want, and there it is. Now I'm going to do number 13, okay? It says, Wellington sold 60% of the store inventory during a holiday sale. What fraction of his store inventory did Wellington sell during the holiday sale? So I'm going to highlight the important stuff. I'm going to get green this time. 60% will be important. What else will be important besides 60% from the first sentence? No, the first sentence. What is the 60% in the story? What is the... That's what he what? Sold. So I have to put sold. That's very important, guys. That 60% is what he sold. The rest of the stuff, I don't really care. You could probably put their inventory if you want. That probably will be important. Like the inventory is tu inventario, lo que tienes ahí para vender. Now, the second question, the second sentence, which is a question. What fraction, that would be important, did he sell? That would be important again. We're not going to see why I'm making a big deal about highlighting the stuff that's important. Questions so far? I'm going to go on red right now. Do not copy red. I'm just going to review stuff that you should have known from. So listen to what I'm going to tell you. No. Forget what I'm going to tell you because I already see that there's a problem. I'm going to have to redo this. So I'm not going to do it right now. Okay. No, I'm not going to do it. Right now, I'll go back to it. Okay, and tell you. So listen. Listen. So now I'm going to go to my paper. And I'm going to say, okay, the important stuff that we had a percent, that's 60%. And what was that 60% in this story? How much he sold. They want me to change this to a fraction. And the fraction is still the one that he sold, right? Listen. I'm doing 12. Is this 12?
No, it's supposed to be 13.
13, my bad. Thank you, Amy. My bad. Thank you. Yeah. I'm doing 11, you're doing 12, and I'm doing 13, you'll do 14. Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Let me tell you why I was making a big deal about the situation with the percent. Look, I could tell you, give me a fraction of what was not sold. Would you still use the 60% or no? No. What would you use now? This is the one my question is, because some of you are not listening. 60% was sold, right? And they want a fraction of what was sold. So because of that, they want a fraction of what was sold. I'm going to use that 60%. But what if I would have said, instead of this, I would have said, write a fraction of what was not sold. Would you still use 60% or no? No. What would you use? Huh? Good job, Ms. Karina. 40%. Very good, man. You would use 40% because 60% is what was sold, and the other part would be what was not sold. Remember that everything has to equal to how much percent? 100, the whole. So if 60% was sold, how much was not sold? 40. Now, right now, I am going to use 60% because they did one what was sold. That's why I was making a big deal about you labeling not just the number, but tell me that 60% is sold. They're asking me the fraction that was also sold. Because of that, I'm going to keep the 60%. So I'm ready to go. So 60%, I'm changing it to fraction. So if I'm changing this to fraction, I obviously want a fraction bar. So I'm going to put my fraction bar. There it is. Yes, that's step one. They want me to change to fraction, but put the fraction bar. I'm done with that part. Now percent, I told you percent is always out of. Good job. Percent is always out of 100. So put the 100 in the bottom. Again, we're going from percent to fraction. I saw percent. As soon as I saw percent, it's out of how much? 100. Siempre. Guys, that little symbol tells you it's out of 100. Question with that part. Now, they're asking about how much was sold. What was the percent of sold?
60.
So 60 will go on the top. There, I have created my fraction. I have gone from percent to fraction. Very simple again. When you have a percent symbol, you want to go to fraction, just put 100 in the bottom, put the other number on top. But make sure what they're asking matches. It matches, that's why I use 60. If I had said not sold, then I would have to deduct 100 minus 60 to find the not sold, which was 40. But this one, we have to do that extra step. Now, is this answer there? Well, let me go check. That answer is not there. It does not mean that you messed up. It just means that you need to what? Simplify. I'm going to teach you how to simplify when there's zeros at the end. I don't know if I already taught this class, but look. If I have 1 0 at the end and I have 2 zeros at the end, that means I can scratch 1 for 1 only. Because there's only 1 for 1. Now my simplest is 6 out of 10. Now let me go check if that one is there.
No.
It's still not there, so guess what? I need to simplify again. But at least now it's easier to simplify this guy. Divided by one number can give you 6 and 10. 2. That's how you simplify. Listen. What number is a factor of 6 and 10? Jason is right, 2. So here's what you do. 2 times what gives me 6? 3. So I'm going to say here, okay, 3. 2 times what gives me 10?
5.
I'm going to say here 5. Now let me check if that's now simplified. Let me go to my choices. Do you see it there now? And the answer is letter H. That's one way to do this. Here's the other way. I hope they understood the one with the zeros. I'm going to do some examples. Okay? I'm going to use some examples here. Do not copy red. Of course, I'm going to be using pink because I don't have a red marker. Do not copy pink. Here we go. Do not copy this. It's just some examples. Okay, listen. 800 out of 1,000. Do we have trailing zeros at the end? Yes. Trailing zeros means that they're at the end over here. Are they at the end? Because we have that, we can quickly simplify by crossing them out. How many do you have on the top? So I can cross out 1, 2, for 1, 2. My fraction now is 8. Don't copy this. This is like red, 8 out of 10. It's easier to simplify 8 out of 10 than this big numbers. Do you understand what I'm doing? Let me do another one. Let's say I have 30 out of 400. How many can I take away? 1 for 1. The new fraction is 3 out of 40. You're simplifying. By doing that, you're really simplifying divided by 10, 10. But it's just easier to just scratch them out. One more example. How many can you simplify? How many can you take away? 2 for 2. And then the fraction would be 1/2. You're done. Okay? Now, last year I had a kid that did this, so I want to show you what he did. Don't copy none of this. This is like red right now because my board just went bad on me. I had a kid that did this to me last year. He said, oh, 1 for 1. Can you do that?
No.
This would be wrong because I said that they have to be at the what? At the end. So he trailing zero, that's what I call him. So he wanted to put 18 out of 20. No, sir, I said. And then he blamed me. He said, so you start to do that 1 for 1. I said that if they're trading zeros, like the examples I just gave you, 2 for 2, then we can do that. 1 for 1, we can do that. 2 for 2, we can do that. Questions? So if you have trading zeros, that's the easiest way to simplify when you have trading zeros. So right here I had trading zeros, so I went 1 for 1. Now, let's pretend that you're still having trouble with this. I hope not with the trading zeros. Did all of you understand the trading zeros? But let's pretend that you have trouble with this part. Like you don't know how to get to this part. Let's pretend. Here's another option. Ready? Choice A. Give me what choice A is. 1 out of... Listen, because this might help the ones that do not know how to simplify. 1 out of 6. Right now we have 6 out of what? You can copy this now because I'm back in blue. Put it next to each other like I did. And we're going to do cross products. Ahí está. What's 10 times 1? Put the answer on top. What's 6 times 6? Put the answer on top. They are not equal, are they? That's why that answer is not the answer. Let me do another one. B. Give me the fraction for B. If you do not know how to simplify, you can do this call. It's called cross products. 1/3. And your answer right now is 6/10, right? Because you already did the trailing zeros. 6/10. Go across. It's called cross product. What's 10 times 1?
10.
What's 3 times 6? Are they proportional? Are they equal? No. Bye-bye to B. This is one way you can do it. If you don't know how to simplify, if you don't know how to get this part, you can do this and you still get the answer. Just so you know. Anytime that you don't know how to simplify, you get your answer that you have, put it next to all the choices, and crisscross. Cross products. What's the fraction for letter C?
3/5.
And that's our answer, right? So guess what? It should work with this guy, but let's see if it's true or Mr. Rivera is just poking our eyes. 10 times 3? 5 times 6? Are they equal? That's why that's the answer. D, just to make sure, what's the fraction there?
2/3.
And the one that we have so far, our work, what's our answer? 6/10. 10 times 2?
40.
3 times 6?
50.
Are they equal? No, they're not. So that's why that's another way to do it. So if you do not know how to simplify, which is what we did here, this is called simplifying the fraction. This is called simplifying. If you don't know how to simplify, this is also simplifying, by the way. When you cross 1 for 1, you're simplifying, by the way. If you do not know how to simplify, you can do cross products. Put your answer that you have next to the choices and go from top to bottom, put the answer from top to bottom multiplying, and if they're equal, that's the answer. If they're not equal, you have the wrong answer. Question with number 13. What I just did with number 13, you'll be doing with number 14. What I just did with number 13, you'll be doing with number 14. By the way, let's go ahead and select this. The answer was letter H. Now you have number 14. They gave you a percent and they want you to change it to a what again? Fraction. And if you don't know how, you can go look at number 13. Let me warn you already because kids don't copy red, right? But let me just show you. I'm going to do it in red quickly because I want you to copy red. I'll just do it from here. This means 1 out of 3, just so you know. Okay? That one means 1 out of 4. This one means 2 out of 5. Just so you know. Don't copy red. I'm just trying to show you that so you won't be confused because I typed that one. And the keyboard does not have a horizontal bar. It has a slash. But it's the same thing. Questions with number 14. If I get stuck with 13, if I get stuck with 14, you go to number what? 13 in the video, which will be at the 21 mark more or less. Okay? 15 is next. Ready? Number 15. So 14 is for homework. Draw a line more or less. You can leave space for 14. I would draw like halfway because you saw the work that I had to do, especially if you're going to be doing the choices. If you know how to simplify, then you don't need that much space. But if you don't know how to simplify, you have to try all the choices. And you're going to be doing the cross products, right? This is number 13. So this would be, let me put that here. This guy would be number 14. And now I'm going to do number 15. This guy would be number 15. Okay? Here we go. A veterinarian. Let me get my highlighter because I'm going to need it. I'm going to go ahead and choose green now. A veterinarian has 36% of the patients for the day. What would be important there? Now I need a label. What's the 36% in this story? Patients. Something seen. Very good. You're good, Miss Karina. Mija, that's excellent. Oh, you can't see it from there, but you can see it from over there. Look. You see the word seen? They're telling us those 36% is what we saw. Now I need to be careful in the question because they might say what they did not see or what they see. If they find what they see, I'll use it. If they say what I don't see, I would have to deduct. Okay? But let's see what they want. I don't even know what they want yet. Maybe they don't even want a fraction. What decimal is equivalent to third number, papitas? What decimal is equivalent to what? So they do want you to use 36%. So do I have to subtract? No. So here we go. Let's see if you remember how to do this. Number, what is this? 15. Let me put that camera again. 15. They gave me 36%. Yes? But they want me to go now to what? Decimal. Okay. Very good, sir. From percent to decimal, we're going to go twice to the left. You don't change it to fractions. Like you can and then do bottom out, but that's going to be more work. Like I could put this one 36 out of 100, then bottom out and get the decimal, but that's going to be more work. I'm just going to write it down here. When you're going to go from percent to decimal, you move twice to the left. 1, 2. My answer is in decimal point 36, and there's no holes. How do you know there's no holes? To be a hole, you have to reach what number in percent? 100. If your percent is less than 100, there's no hole. This is less than 100, there's no hole. So that's why I put a 0 there in the front. What's my decimal? 0.36. That's pretty easy, right? From percent to decimal. Listen to what I'm saying. From percent to decimal, we go twice to the left. From decimal to percent, we go twice to the right. I have to remember that. Okay? From decimal to percent, twice to the right, and then the percent symbol. From percent to decimal, twice to the left. Okay? Now, I could have changed this guy to a fraction, 36 out of 100, and then do bottom out, but it's too much work. Now, how do you punch in this? This is the most important part of this question. Wait. To punch it in, you're going to click in here with a cursor. Listen. And you have to press positive. It's a positive number. 0.36, no spaces. And then you have for homework done 16, and that's it. Questions. The video will be placed right now. I'm gonna already upload it on the classroom. Do your homework 1 through 16. It's due tomorrow. All the work. Watch the whole video. Please. Have a good one.
Bye, sir. See you tomorrow.